definitely love him, Pops. I mean, how could you not? He's so soft and cuddly, like you.
I think maybe that's enough ice cream for tonight. Besides, it's time for you to go to bed.
Night, Pops.
Good night, sweetheart.
Harold tilts his head slightly as Agnes leaves the room, pondering. He purses his lips.
Soft and cuddly.
American Ninja Warrior premieres Monday, May 29th on NBC.
I have achieved what every criminal dreams of.
Check your cameras. Trust only the best. Protect your family, home, or business with 24/7 armed response.
Perimeter secure.
Remember, Amera guards it.
Local news that matters. This is Ksee 24 News at 11.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Jennifer Ortega. New at 11, Tulare County deputies are searching for a man that was last seen going into the Tule River. Officials sent us these pictures. Deputies say they got a call around 11 a.m. about a man that was going into the Tule River near the Springville area last night, and no one has seen him since. We're told right now deputies are using drones and other resources at the Tule River to try to find the man. The California Highway Patrol helicopter is also helping with the search. Anyone with information is asked to call the Tulare County Sheriff's Office. Clovis police need your help in tracking down 3 suspects in connection to a shooting that happened at the Sierra Vista Mall last night. Officials say the shooting happened in a parking lot near the southeast portion of the mall around 9 o'clock. When they got there, they found a man with a gunshot wound. He was rushed to the hospital and is expected to be okay. We're told there was also a crash in the parking lot that they're investigating. Right now, they're looking for 3 suspects described as wearing hoodies and a mask covering their faces.
Officers had an emergency response to the mall to initiate and stabilize the scene. Upon arrival, we located multiple witnesses and then began to canvass the scene as far as establishing a crime scene, and also try to identify witnesses and, more importantly, identify any victims and the persons responsible.
Police say if you were in the area or saw anything suspicious, to report it to Crime Stoppers or call Clovis Police. Mother's Day is normally about celebrating mom, but one mom took today to celebrate the life of her son who was killed by gun violence. Brett Rodriguez joins us now in the studio with more.
Lisa Calls lost her son Nick Calls 5 years ago when he was shot and killed outside his home in Old Fig Garden. And every Mother's Day since, she spent the day at her son's grave to thank him for letting her become a mom.
There we go, Nick. I got him all scratched. Let's go.
This is how Lisa Calls has spent the last 5 Mother's Days, scratching lottery tickets next to her son Nick's grave.
I started with him when he was quite young. I would put him in cards or Easter baskets, Christmas presents. So it was just a kind of a thing we do. I don't know why we did it, but we do, and I still hold on to the tradition now.
For 17 years, Lisa Calls says celebrating Mother's Day was a dream come true.
I'm a mom. I really have a son. I have a son. I can't believe I'm a mom. I'm really a mom. And I'd always wanted to have a boy. I always dreamt that I would have a son.
But on June 24th, 2018, that dream was stolen from her when her son, 17-year-old Nick Calls, was gunned down in front of his home in Old Fig Garden in a senseless act of gun violence.
He made me a better person. Kids change you when you have them.
Lisa's mom, Mary Anderson, says her favorite part of becoming a mom was watching her daughter become one as well.
She was a very good mother to him. That's about all I can say. She's very good to him.
After all the lottery tickets have been scratched, Calls knows it's time to head home. But before leaving her son's grave, she gives him a kiss goodbye, just like she would every day. And while she never thought she would be spending Mother's Day like this, she shares a message for those who can still celebrate.
Enjoy the day. And you don't need to do it just on Mother's Day. Do it every day.
Calls has started the Nurture and Kindness Foundation for other parents who have lost their children to gun violence. For more information, you can visit our website, yourcentralvalley.com. In the studio, Brett Rodriguez, Ksee 24, local news that matters.
All right, Rhett, thank you. In this Mother's Day, we thought we'd share a sweet story about a Valley mom who became a mom once again today. Leanna Acosta gave birth to her second child today on Mother's Day. Leanna welcomed her daughter, Addison Lynn, and she says the moment she saw her daughter, she knew she was beautiful and loved how she just had a lot of hair already. She says she came a few days early, and she says she thinks her daughter wanted to come today for Mother's Day.
Definitely a blessing and the best gift anybody could have as a mom, for Mother's Day. I wouldn't trade it for the world. She's perfect. She's beautiful, and God sent her.
Leanna gave birth to her daughter at the St. Agnes Medical Center today at 3:20 in the morning. Congrats to their family. A great turnout today for the annual Mother's Day Mariachi fundraiser. Take a listen. The event was put on by Arte Americas. People from all over the valley were invited to participate in Mother's Day brunch and, of course, celebrate their moms. Organizers say it's a great opportunity to enjoy some mariachi music, spend time together with family, and help preserve Latino arts and culture.
So today is a true celebration. Everyone is really happy to be here. We have invited folks into our galleries where we just opened up a new exhibition. And of course, they're here to hear the mariachi and to enjoy a good meal and just a good time.
All the money raised at today's event will go directly promoting educational programs at Arte Americas. Also for Mother's Day, giving back to those who otherwise might not have a meal to share with mom today, Ned Mallory, better known as Mr. Rib, has made his mission to feed those who need a meal for every holiday. Today he started serving plates at 1 o'clock, cooking up everything from tri-tip sandwiches to catfish and, of course, ribs. Donations were collected and will go towards many fathers' My Father's House ministries.
Well, the idea of it, a lot of these people don't have nothing. And my thing is to touch the kids and touch the homeless, because a lot of people don't even have no food at home to cook. So that's why he had me to get out here and cook, show some love, and give them some food. Look at me like you.
He says he'll continue making meals on holidays for as long as there's a need. And the heat didn't faze super fans dressed in black and silver at Woodward Park for the 5th annual Raider celebration this weekend. Check this out. The black and silver in full force at the park. The Raiders of the Central Valley Booster Club put on the event. Super fans came out dressed in their favorite uniform or face paint as they displayed sports memorabilia on the tables. And the booster also awarded the Veterans Home of California $1,000. Due to the hot temperatures in Fresno this weekend, the cooling centers opened this morning. Ted C. Willis Community Center, the Maxie L. Parks Community Center, and 2 others will be available for anyone that wants to get out of that heat. The center will be open from noon until 8 p.m. during this heat wave, and bus transportation is free. Check out the highs for today in Fresno. It hit 99 degrees. Lemoore, 101. Merced, 94. Here's our 4-day allergy forecast brought to you by Boz Allergy. Top pollens are ash, juniper, and privet. Looks like we're in the medium levels for the next couple of days. Your complete forecast coming up after this.
If you're a fan of the show, then you know we've met some amazing people this year. George Lopez, the man himself, Howie Mandel, Kenan Thompson himself, along with Kimberly Lewis. Come on, you pulling right there. Oh my God! Huge dog lover.
Keep going. Pump it up.
To all of our viewers, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for following along on social media. Cheers to another year here of Central Valley Today.
Ashley's Memorial Day mattress sale is going on now. Right now, you can save $1,000 on select Sealy mattresses or get $100 instant savings on an adjustable base when you purchase an Ashley Sleep mattress valued at $499.99 or more. Only at Ashley.
Mid-Valley Disposal and the Kalpakoff family have been environmental leaders for decades. Our recycling and organics processing facilities are located in the heart of the Central Valley. Recyclables are sorted and sent out to be made into new products. Green waste and food waste are sent to our Kerman's Best compost facility to help fertilize valley crops. Proper sorting helps everyone meet California sustainability goals. We promise to do our part while you continue to do yours. Learn more at midvalleydisposal.com.
Innovative Medical Center offers non-invasive treatment plans, and I was thrilled because I wanted to avoid surgery. The staff, including Dr. Rowland, they really have their patients' best interest at heart. My pain level dropped from 7 to 8 down to 0-1. My body is stronger. I really recommend it highly. Please commit to yourself to get better.
Don't settle for surgery. Call Innovative Medical Center.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2023 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Get a low $399 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Ashley's having a huge sale. Right now, you can get up to 50% off floor models. Plus, get 60 months, no interest, with no minimum and no down payment. These deals won't last long, and once they're gone, they're gone. Hurry to your local Ashley store to shop and save today.
Welcome back. I want to start with our watches and warnings. We do have a heat advisory still in place. This one was issued today at 7:32 p.m. and it'll extend till Monday at 8 p.m. So we'll want to keep an eye on that. You can see a lot of the valley in that orange right now. The heat is just getting warmer. We're in the triple digits in some areas of the valley already today. Now, taking a look at our weather headlines, here's what we can expect for our work week. Above average temperatures, lots of sunshine in the forecast, so that's pretty nice, but it will be hot. We're getting close to those triple digits, like I mentioned, and we do have a heat wave that will continue into this week. Now, taking a look at our Valley camera sponsored by Eagle Mountain Casino. This is out of our studios here at Ksee 24. It's been a pretty nice evening. Like I said, a lot of sunshine out there in the evening, still looking pretty nice. But it is warm outside, and this is what we've been seeing now in the last several hours. It's dipping a little bit, but still 84 degrees right now, 80 in Visalia, Porterville 80, so it's pretty warm outside. Not seeing a whole lot of relief as we continue into the week. Now, for the next 48 hours, not a whole lot of coverage. We won't get much relief because there won't be a whole lot of clouds. A lot of sunshine in the forecast. Tuesday, a little bit of cloud coverage, but not a whole lot. We'll have to keep an eye on that as those temperatures continue to warm up. The average for this time of year is usually 82 degrees, and check this out. We hit 99 today in Fresno, so it was a scorching day, but it's only going to continue to warm up. The sunset tonight was at 7:59 p.m. Air quality, it is yellow all across the board, so keep an eye on that for moderate groups. As for your valley overnight temperatures, like I mentioned, it's not getting much lower anymore. Hanford, 60 degrees. Selma, 58 degrees. Fresno, 65 degrees. Madera, 58. A lot warmer this time of year as those temperatures continue to rise. For our highs for tomorrow, 75 in Yosemite, Oakhurst 90. Fresno will hit 98 degrees. Check this out. Hanford will even hit 101 and Tulare 101 as well. So we are seeing those triple digits in some areas of the valley. As for your overnight, 65 in Fresno and Clovis. It'll be clear. It's what we've been seeing most of the evening so far. 11 mile per hour, some light winds for tomorrow. Will hit a scorching 98 degrees. It'll be sunny and hot, and you'll be able to feel that if you're standing outside for not very long. 10 miles per hour, some light winds in the forecast. As for your work week, here's how it's going to start on Monday. We'll hit 98 degrees. Tuesday, Wednesday will be a little bit warmer, 99. Through Friday, we're going to cool off a little bit, not very much, 94 by the weekend, and our lows are in the 60s. Time to check in with Scott Bemis. Scott, what's coming up in sports?
Well, Jen, a Clovis West alum has a breakthrough moment on the PGA Tour, and the Grizzlies' rawhide finale decided on the game's final pitch. Plus, it was a critical Sunday for the Fresno State baseball team and the Diamond Dogs, and one player in particular answering the call. A recap next in Sports Central.
Start your day with Ksee 24 to get all the local news that matters on Ksee Sunrise. Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Central Valley Honda dealers.
100% ribeye beef in a burger. Yep, 100% ribeye beef in a burger. My Ribeye Steakhouse burgers. All the flavor of a juicy ribeye steak in a burger. Did I mention they're made with 100% ribeye beef?
Meet the best Big Mac ever made with more special sauce. I believe you've already met Hamburger.
Enjoy app-only deals like a $6 Big Mac, double cheeseburger, or McDouble meal.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Hey, can I ask you something?
It's not about all the times your teen shuts you down. It's about the times they don't. Believe it or not, you're still their biggest influence. Having ongoing conversations with your teens about the risks of cannabis cuts their chance of future misuse.
Hey, can I ask you something?
I guess.
Ask questions
How you been feeling?
and take time to listen to their experiences. Find more helpful tools at letstalkcannabis.cdph.ca.gov.
The Customer Appreciation Sale is going on now at the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. Save $20 store-wide on SAS shoes for men and women. SAS shoes fit any lifestyle, and you'll love the enhanced comfort, support, and stability in every step. Plus, you always get a custom fitting to ensure your SAS shoes fit perfectly. Save $20 store-wide at the SAS Shoe Store at Blackstone and Herndon. Life's a journey. Wear comfortable shoes.
Make a difference in the community. Become an attorney. Make it happen at San Joaquin College of Law.
Well, I've been an employer now for 25 years, and when I'm looking to hire a lawyer, I try to find the best and the brightest from San Joaquin. People that go to school here are committed to the Valley. San Joaquin College of Law really is the heart and soul of the legal community in the Central Valley.
San Joaquin College of Law. 1 degree, a world of options.
There's an issue affecting many children that I can't solve alone. It's called toxic stress. It builds up inside, increasing the risk for lasting health issues. Learn 4 things you can do to overcome toxic stress at first5california.com.
Hey, tell me about the tiny breakfast egg rolls.
Imagine a crunchy golden brown egg roll outside, and on the inside, melted cheese, fluffy eggs, sausage crumbles, diced potatoes.
Sold. I'm pulling forward.
Wise decision. My new tiny breakfast egg rolls. Get 4 for $3 today.
Now, Sports Central, presented by Toyota.
Here's what we knew for sure heading into Sunday. If the Diamond Dogs could finish off a sweep of UNLV, they'd need one more conference loss by New Mexico for the Dogs to clinch a spot in the 4-team Mountain West Tourney scheduled for later this month in Fresno. It was a hot day at Bob Bennett Stadium, which is appropriate because the Bulldogs are trying to stay hot after taking the first 2 games of this series by scores of 11-4 and 10-1. Huge day here for Tommy Hopby. The junior out of Bakersfield was 4 for 5 at the plate with 4 RBI and 2 runs scored, which included a 2-run double in the 3rd here, and then a solo home run in the 7th, his team leading 9th of the season. The Dogs also get 3 hits from freshman Murph Gray, go on to beat the Rebels 8-5, which means they'll finish above 500 in the conference at 16-14. Also means the Dogs might have clinched a spot in the Mountain West Tourney, even though New Mexico won Sunday, because the Lobos wrap up conference play with 3 at San Diego State next weekend, and the Lobos would need to sweep the Aztecs to finish ahead of the Dogs. But if that Lobo sweep happens, in theory, the Dogs would then finish ahead of San Diego State. I said in theory because we still haven't gotten clarification from the conference office yet on whether San Diego State will make up a game against San Jose State that was canceled last Friday. Well, a day after hitting 2 homers on Saturday, ex-Bulldog Aaron Judge nearly had a dramatic tying one in the 9th Sunday. Tampa reliever Jason Adams said he thought it was 30 rows deep off the bat, but with the help of a 10-mile-an-hour headwind, it was just a 399-foot game-ending out. The Rays win 8-7, getting a split of the 4-game series. The Grizzlies needed some comeback magic to take the series from the Rawhide Sunday. Down 5-3, headed to the bottom of the 9th. Former Bulldog E.J. Andrews led off with a triple, scored on a balk. 2 batters later, Andy Perez tied it with that RBI double. He'd move to 3rd on a ground out and score on this game-winning wild pitch. Fresno wins 6-5. The Grizz are 18-15 now, good for 2nd in the Cal League North. The Rawhide fall to 12-21, which has them in 4th place in the South. Former Clovis West and BYU star golfer Peter Quest doesn't have any status on the PGA Tour right now, but He took advantage of a sponsor's exemption into the Byron Nelson tournament this week. Quest made his second ever cut on tour, then was 12 under par over the weekend. He finished in a tie for 14th, which earned him nearly $164,000 in prize money. Another golfer with Clovis Unified roots had his best ever showing on the LIV Tour this weekend. Clovis East alum Bryson DeChambeau finished tied for 5th at LIV Tulsa, posting a 12 under par total over 3 rounds. Bryson pocketed over $700 grand for that result. Of course, Bryson is in the field for this week's PGA Championship starting Thursday at Oak Hill in upstate New York. Meantime, the NorCal Regional Champion Reedley College men's golf team is off to a great start at the Community College State Championships being held at Dragonfly Golf Club in Madera. The Tigers shot 10 under in round 1 Sunday, lead by 1 shot over Saddleback. Fresno City is 9 back. The final 18 holes are Monday at Dragonfly. Finally, to that video from Sunday, a little better than the rest. It's Bemis' best, and what a Sunday for Jason Tatum of the Celtics. In a Game 7 blowout win over the Sixers, Tatum was unstoppable. He finished with a Game 7 NBA record 51 points, breaking the record of 50 points Steph Curry set only 2 weeks ago. Tatum actually outscored the Sixers by himself in the third quarter, and perhaps more importantly, also gets a coveted spot in Bemis' best. Meantime, the Giants dropped their 3rd straight game as the D-backs walk it off in Arizona, while the Dodgers win their 5th in a row, sweeping the Padres in L.A. The news continues after the break.
Ksee 24 News is brought to you in part by Central Valley Honda Dealers.
When it came to preventing America from defaulting on its debt, John Duarte had 2 options: make the rich pay their fair share, or back his party to hike up costs and slash things we depend on. Here's what his vote means: higher rent, healthcare, and utility costs. Duarte even slashed funding for veterans, all while protecting tax breaks for billionaires and big corporations. So tell John Duarte, don't default on the debt and make us pay the price.
Ladies and gentlemen, start your engines.
It's Central Valley Honda Dealers Race to Save. Race in now for supercharged savings, like a $279 a month lease on Civic, boldly delivering up to 42 mpg, $279 a month on HRV, with loads of cargo space and available all-wheel drive, and $369 a month on Accord Hybrid, hitting up to 51 mpg. But you gotta get here fast. Our Race to Save event ends Memorial Day.
During this health crisis, your company needs to stay compliant, and HR Mobile Services can help. Big or small, we assist with human resources, infectious disease response, safety compliance, policies and procedures, and more. Call HR Mobile Services today.
If RC cars and planes are something you're into, Hobbytown has everything you need. From starter kits to top performers, we have the largest selection in the Central Valley. Arma and E-Fly headline our incredible selection. Hobbytown on Barstow and Blackstone in Fresno. We sell fun.
This is the place I love. There's nowhere better than the place I'm from. Yeah, this is where my world goes round. I've got my local on. The Central Valley is where I belong. Ksee 24 is where I go. Turn it on and it feels right. Yeah, it feels like home. I've got my local on.
This is Ksee 24 News at 11.
We have new numbers on just how many migrants have come across the southern border seeking asylum in the 48 hours since Title 42 was ended. This week alone, some 60,000 people were intercepted while crossing into the U.S. Juan Venegas reports from the U.S.-Mexico border in California.
A growing humanitarian crisis at the southern border.
She says at night the children cry because they're hungry and they're cold.
Groups of hundreds hopefully waiting to cross in cities like San Diego, Yuma, El Paso, and Brownsville.
So they're using branches to sleep on top of them.
Women and children sleeping in squalid conditions, some falling ill. In just the last week, more than 60,000 migrants have been apprehended at the U.S.-Mexico border. But since the COVID-era health policy known as Title 42 was lifted on Thursday, the flow has slowed. Just 6,200 crossed on Friday compared to 11,000 the day before.
New rules put in place by the Biden administration will make it harder for asylum seekers to gain entry. They are now required to make an appointment through an app and then go to a port of entry before being processed by CBP. They can no longer arrive at the border wall. She says there's very little space at the processing center. Everybody's cramped together and they had to sleep on the floor.
With shelters at capacity, migrants are rushed to other cities as they wait for a court date. This woman speaking to us hours after her release.
So they have a family member that bought them these flights. ¿Para dónde van? They're going to New York. So they have an appointment to go to immigration court in November.
The San Diego airport flooded today with migrants, families with uncertain futures. Those not taking flights are being bused to sanctuary cities like Chicago, Washington, D.C., and New York. Local officials furious at the surprise arrivals.
This is not the way to do things. It's not the way to treat people, too.
More buses arrived just this morning in New York City.
It's an all-hands-on-deck effort.
Officials now scrambling to find room for the new influx of migrants, turning this public school gymnasium into a sheltering site and housing them in hotels. This New York couple's wedding venue now turned into a temporary shelter. They have 1 week to find a new place for all of their guests.
We have family coming from Ireland, England, Canada, Ecuador,
Japan. The ripple effects of a nationwide crisis with no sign of stopping.
Join KC24 and Exceptional Parents Unlimited at the 30th annual Fiesta de los Niños, Saturday, May 20th at the Grand on the Bluffs. Miracles happen when we support families in our community. Get your tickets today at epuchildren.org, presented by Calviva.
Tomorrow, a special edition of Cuomo, live from the U.S.-Mexico border. Chris takes you to the heart of the border story after the end of Title 42, how border communities are holding up with the surge in migrant crossings. Tomorrow on Cuomo, only on News Nation.
We're serving you. News Nation's mission is to make sure that you promise the viewers fairness and balance, staying in the middle, giving both sides of the story. We're serving all Americans, not just some.
This is a town called Basic. It's pretty hard to stand out around here. But if you pull up in a 2023 Nissan Rogue, you'll stand out before your feet even hit the pavement.
Can you make mine look like that?
Anything but basic. The 2023 Nissan Rogue. Get a low $399 per month lease or get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
At Long John Silver's, our 100% white meat chicken is always just a batter tip away from becoming its own golden treasure. Batter up. Dive into our $6 chicken basket or order ahead at longjohnsilvers.com. Fish yeah.
Do you hear that? That is the sound of BMW performance without a single piston or cylinder. A generation of all-electric vehicles designed and built like no other, meaning every turn is met with unwavering confidence. But isn't that what you'd expect from the ultimate electric driving machine? Free in the lease the BMW iX xDrive 50 for $989 per month.
One group is doing the most to help promote bike helmet safety in the Central Valley. Check this out. Mason's Law hosted a Guinness World Record Challenge. Their goal today was to break the record for the longest online video chain of people passing a bike helmet to raise awareness for bicycle safety. They needed 250 participants to make it happen. And of course, held on Mother's Day, mothers were invited to participate too. The first 200 participants received a commemorative bicycle helmet. And that does it for us here at KC24 News. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.